Hey, this is the Gaming Geezer, and after a little bit of a delay in getting this video to you, we're finally going to fly Jebediah back from orbit, back down to land, back hopefully at the KSC. So at the moment, I'm just getting, I am slowing down because this ship actually has no proper rocket engines. I'm using the RCS to slow myself down, and the music has stopped there because we're now, I don't know why the music has stopped there, but yeah, maybe we're too low to be in orbit. But yeah, so I've slowed myself down, and I've brought my periapsis down to east of the KSC. I'm still west coming in, down under the atmosphere there, and I'm trying to get as close to the Kerbal Space Center as I can. Now, I have no idea what methods are used to land a shuttle, where you're supposed to come in. I am using pure guesswork here. I'm using pure guesswork, and I have watched a lot of Scott Manley videos. So here we're coming in. We're coming over the final ocean now before we reach the continent where the KSC is. You remember last time we crashed into the ocean somewhere around here, and if I recall correctly, we're going to see there it is. That's the wreckage of our test shuttle. But this shuttle, which we are going to call the Kablamo, seems to be operating very well. Now, we're going a little fast, and there are the mountains coming up in front of us, and the KSC is just beyond those mountains. And there's me, I'm trying to slow down, and we're starting to get the re-entry heating effects, and I notice that I'm not on target. I'm close, but I'm not quite on target. So, and the aerodynamics of this shuttle, it basically has the flight characteristics of a demented brick. So, maneuvering it around to get it to land on the runway without it flipping out. This is, I think, the third or fourth time I actually attempted this landing. Proving very difficult because I just had to be really careful, and I just couldn't get it lined up with the runway in time. And as you can see, it is dropping very fast out of the air. It doesn't have great flight characteristics. It's not good. But Jeb is flying it. Jeb is feeling good. He is smiling. He's happy. He's having a great time. He drops the landing gear. We're still pretty high. We're about 1,200 meters up. He's bringing it down. He's going to try and land it on the short grass around the KSC, I think. And so he's coming down. Of course, Jebediah is going to successfully land the first space shuttle. Of course he is. He's Jebediah. Obviously, the last time, the test shuttle, it wasn't quite a successful landing, but hey, Jebediah survived, so that was okay. And so here we are. We're down. We are down. We have hit the ground, and the orbiter is safe. Fantastic. I'm very happy. And look at Jeb. Jeb is also very happy. Oh, what a beautiful plane that is. There's Jeb sitting up on top, enjoying the view from on top of the orbiter. Well, he deserves it after just flying that thing down. So the whole point of that shuttle mission was to launch a new ship out to collect the science from Minmus. However, and it's on the way out. It's already on the way out. But there's a problem. I have collected all of the science on Minmus. So there's absolutely no point in doing that. It was a total and utter waste of time. But these things happen. Because I didn't check. But it wasn't a waste of time because we managed to get our shuttle working, and that is what I wanted. I wanted to get the shuttle working because I just wanted to do it. I always wanted to do it. So here now we have the Kethane Minor research ship, and I'm bringing him home. I'm just going to bring him home, and I'm going to take him home. I'm going to have to send out a ship to get I'm going to bring Bill home now. and I will need to get the Science Orium home, because Nelver and Osbin, I hope I got those names right, are in the Science Orium, and now the Science Orium can fly back to Kerbin on its own. However, it's got no capability of landing, so I'll have to work that out later. Maybe another shuttle mission. I say maybe, I know I'm doing post-commentary, I know I've already done it. Now, I actually recorded this video about 2 weeks ago, and I only now have time to do the commentary, so I may forget a few things that I've done. I may be looking at the commentary going, what the hell was that doing there? Like now, what the hell am I doing there? Just slowly flying past the Science Orium. We're switching to the Science Orium to see our Kethane science ship floating past. I have no idea what I'm doing. Weird. It's a nice shot, though, I must say, with the lander floating away behind it. It's quite nice. Okay, so the lander is moving on. Now we're going to 4 times time acceleration here. The lander is getting himself into a position where he's going to burn for Kerbin, and like any return from the moon, you need to imagine yourself that you want to fall towards Kerbin, so you need to slow your orbit around Kerbin down, which actually means speeding up your orbit around Minmus. So it depends on where you burn. You need to burn while you're closer, while you're on the Minmus side. Sorry, the Kerbin side of Minmus. You burn prograde. That is, if you're orbiting Minmus the right way. You burn prograde, which speeds up your orbit around, raises your orbit around Minmus, but it's actually slowing you down in relation to Kerbin. So you as soon as you get out of Minmus' sphere of influence, you fall. You start to fall towards Kerbin, and that's what happened here. And Bill has already hit the atmosphere. I don't know what I was checking there. I don't remember. And it looks like Bill is going to have a nice water landing on Kerbin. Landing in the ocean. And so, as our parachute goes out, Bill looks like he's happy to be home. He's been away for a long time. He's been away for days, for weeks probably. Was it 96 days? Is that what that says? I can't read the preview window, but it looks to me like he's been away for 96 days. Well, good for him. That's a long journey for a Kerbonaut. Any Kerbonaut. And we have successful splashdown. And now back to the Science Orium. Got that in position. We're going to do the exact same thing. Burn it to get out of Minmus's sphere of influence and just fall towards Kerbin. But we're doing something different here now. I think I'm actually jumping to another video as well. We're doing something different with that, as you'll see in a moment. This is the ship we sent out to collect the science, with Bob on it, and it's just coming straight back in because, quite frankly, it was a silly move. And there's the Science Orium coming in beside it there, so they're both coming in very close to each other. So I decide to raise the orbit of the Rockety Retriever, which was the ship I sent out, so it doesn't hit. So I can basically jump to the Science Orium and aerobrake it, because I'm not. The Science Orium has no way of landing, so I'm going to aerobrake it in Kerbin's atmosphere and to slow it down and get it into a nice little orbit. Even though it's probably got enough fuel in it to actually slow down, to slow down. But I wanted to aerobrake it. Why? Why the fuck not? So we're aerobraking around Kerbin. You can see our periapsis is dropping there. Our apoapsis is dropping there. And we're skimming through the upper atmosphere. And we're now rising up again. So we've had a successful aero capture and slow down. Well, we were already captured in Kerbin. We had a successful aero braking. Turn on the lights. See that beautiful space station / spaceship / laboratory / Science Orium. I think the boys inside have gone for a slash. We're flying over something, a piece of wreckage on the night side of Kerbal. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, so I burned a little bit just to get my orbit down a little bit closer because we went quite high. And so, and now I have to set it up so that I don't fall back into the atmosphere the next time I go around. Just a very standard thing, just to raise my periapsis above the atmosphere. And of course you do that at the highest point in your orbit, your apoapsis, and you use the least amount of fuel, and it's the most efficient way of doing it. Now here's the rockety retriever, having retrieved nothing. Bill is coming back. He's just gonna go for a very standard landing here in the lander can. We've seen it before. I'm sure we'll see it again. He drops his rocket stage, and he's just there in that little one-man lander can, flying through the atmosphere, watching the flames as he tumbles and tumbles and tumbles like a tumbly thing. Oh, there was the wreckage of our shuttle, I think. I wasn't sure. It happened too fast. And so, Bob splashes down, safe and sound, home again. And so, to get Nelvin, I think, and Obser out of the Science Orium, of course, we're going to send up a shuttle to get them. I actually tried to build a passenger shuttle, almost identical to this one, but a passenger. Yeah, that didn't work. I didn't record anything because I was just, did a couple of launches to see would it work, and my God, it didn't work. So I thought, screw this, I'm just going to send up my regular one. So inside there's a couple of lander cans that Obser and Nelvin, Obser and Nelvin, I think. Just jump into those. And again, lovely launch, beautiful. I just love watching this thing launch. It's just brilliant. I love it. I had to get this huge sense of achievement, right? I got this huge sense of achievement getting this thing to work because it was so hard to do. It really was. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm really proud of myself. A little bit of this. But I did it. Off-center thrusting, center of mass moving all over the place. Started to do my center of mass assisted gravity turn there. I figured out that as the SRBs are going down, the center of mass is moving so that my nose is tilting back. And it happens around about just before they burn out, around about 10,000 meters, so that's around about the time I should be doing the gravity turn, so just let it happen, and then by the time I dumped them, I'm moving straight again, and it kind of worked out perfectly that way. It was a happy accident. Of course, then when we get this thing, the external fuel tank up, and that's almost empty, that becomes really difficult to control. You can't thrust it, you can't go maximum thrust when the external fuel tank is almost empty because well, you've seen it in the last video and you'll probably see it here again. So here we are coming up on our apoapsis, and so maneuver node to circularize, and of course, because I don't really know where I'm thrusting, it's hard enough to fly this thing. It's going to be quite eccentric. But you know what? I don't care. It's not going to be perfect orbit. It doesn't have to be perfect orbit. It's just to get up to the Scienceorium to get those two boys home. All right, so trying to do a. Actually, there I am. I'm trying to circularize the orbit. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to circularize the orbit. So I've got a little fuel left in the external tank. So I'm going to circularize it. So this huge gaffe with sending up this whole space mission for no apparent reason has caused the penny pinchers and the planet Kerbal to recall, to cut off our funds. No longer will we have unlimited funds for our space program. No, from now on we're going to have to accept private contracts and test parts and and basically run a commercial space program here now. And you know, this is one of the last flights of the. This is probably our last flight with unlimited funds, and things are going to get hard now. Our next mission is going to have. I don't know what's going to happen. Really don't. We're not going to have any money. We're going to try and run a space program. It's going to be tough. So we're going to enjoy this final mission to bring these boys home with unlimited funds. And so our next mission, our next video is probably going to be about me figuring out. Well, actually, what I have to do first is figure out if I can get all my mods working in Kerbal Space Program 0.24, which is what I was talking about, which has the career mode with budgets. So you can't just pick whatever rocket you want. You have to buy them. Or rocket components you want. You have to buy them. So, and you get budgets for doing successful flights and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't actually looked at it yet. I have downloaded it, but I haven't installed it yet. And it was only released, what, last week or something. So that will be in my next video. Meanwhile, the Science Orium is rendezvousing with the Coblamo shuttle. And there it is, Shuttle Coblamo, Launch 2. And we're a nice 50 meters away. Look at that. Beautiful. What a beautiful rendezvous, if I do say so myself. one of my better rendezvous, I must say. Rendezvousing is not my strong suit, although I am getting better at it. Hey! There goes, I didn't see which one that was. There he goes. Over to the shuttle. I think that's Nelvin. Quick hello to Bill and Bob inside. Or Bill and Jeb inside. And out comes... Oh no, that's Nelville. Oh, Nelville turns off the lights first. You know, he doesn't want to leave the lights on. He goes spinning out too. And off he goes. Back to the Coblamo. Take it home. Hey boys, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Alright, alright, alright. Take me home, take me home. So our two scientists... Anyway, I'm just renaming it the KSS Coblamo. So our two scientists who went up purely to do science for a couple of days in orbit around the moon ended up going into orbit around Minmus as well and doing a load of science, cleaning a lot of experiment trays and agar dishes and cleaning the goo off themselves and all that kind of stuff for a hell of a lot longer than they was originally planned. But they did their job and they did it well. And now they're going to set foot safely back down on Kerbin just as soon as Bill and Jebediah figure out how to get this shuttle back. So we're trying again to get the shuttle back. I'm doing a slight inclination change as well to get my orbit down much closer to the KSC, right over the runway, basically, is what I'm trying to do, which is why I'm burning with my RCS off vector. So we are touching the upper atmosphere now. Look at that. It's beautiful. I have to build another one now. I have to build a bigger one. Must be bigger. I wonder does B9 have the parts to build the parts to be able to put a 2.5 meter payload in the cargo bay. I'll have to check that. I know they have bigger parts than that, but I have to check. So here comes the mountains. We're looking pretty good. We're coming up. We look like we're on target for the runway at this point. Well, Jebediah and Bill are having a great time. Obser is looking very nervous, but that's okay. So here we're coming up. We're coming over the mountains now. I'm trying to drop the ship. I thought I was coming in much too high here, but it turned out I wasn't. So I nosed down and tried to slow down and drop the ship. I shouldn't have done that because, unfortunately, I'm not able to reach the runway, as you can see. So I'm still learning how to land the shuttles, how to get them on target, coming down to where I want them. This shuttle doesn't have very good lifts. It just drops out of the sky. I was thinking about maybe adding some Cunards to it, to the front. But maybe I'll do that to my next shuttle. I'm thinking what with this whole money thing in the next version of Kerbal Space Program, I may have to build a fleet of shuttles for different mission profiles. Maybe that might work. But it's looking good, and at this point I know I'm not going to reach the runway. I'm going too slowly and I'm falling too fast. So I just decided, well, I'm just going to drop it down here in the forest, on the land. My angle is perfect. It's just my height. I shouldn't have slowed myself down. I got worried when I was coming over the mountains that I was going too fast. Excuse me. And I should have just trusted in myself, and I probably would have reached the runway. So we've dropped our landing gear, and we're coming down 500 meters up now, 400. And flaring there to slow myself down. I'm going quite slowly. I probably need to flare, but you know what? But the ground is uneven here. So, and there we touch down. We stop, and another successful mission. So the boys, all the boys, get out of their cans. And Bill and Jebediah get out of the cockpit. It's another successful flight of the space shuttle Kablamo, and hopefully with the budgets problems we're going to be having from now on, hopefully the Kablamo will fly again. Let's hope. Until then, this is the Old Gaming Geezer signing off. Good night.